All right, welcome to the third video, second impression of the evening in a webbing journey. Adorable spider chaos, swing around the house, crazy structure, play with physics-based objects, and pull off chores with nothing but your webs and your wits in this madcap sandbox adventure. All right, so this game was given to the Golux for his impression. So over to him for those.
I don't know if I'd call it much of an adventure, but it's certainly a sandbox thing. So first off, this game does have an arachnophobia mode that pretty much turns you into a ball, so that's good. You can also customize your spider pretty quickly by changing the color of any one of its individual parts. You can turn the legs, like any pair of legs, off, I think. You can change the colors for lots of things. And then, there are accessories you can start with, and then you can buy more accessories using in-game collectibles, which is kind of the overarching thing. You're just a spider whose job is to, help out the people by doing stuff around their house. You can jump, you can climb on walls, you can climb on, make and delete webbing. There's a quick tutorial that Pettyfan is going through right now. You can use webbing to drag stuff around. There are like 3 or 4 different uses of webbing that use different buttons, and it's a little bit complicated to remember to use which one is which. There's one for shoot webbing to pull something. There's one for designate an anchor point, and then after that, you shoot webbing, and it pulls that thing that you made the anchor, and you just keep making threads connected to that until you cancel out of it. And there's create a bridge to a point within range that just creates from under you to the point you target, although not all surfaces are targetable and there is a limited range. But yeah, basically your home base is in the vents of a house, and there are different areas of the house that you go to do stuff. The first area is the kitchen. The second area is the office, and then there's a kid's room, and then there's a living room, I think. I only got through a couple areas, but yeah, you are given a list of tasks to do that you can check at any time. It's a little bit awkward because you are rarely given any. It's not like you talk to someone and you get the task from them. It's just the tasks appear on your list when you get to the area. And there's stuff like manipulating the environment in various, like in the kitchen, you have to do a couple of various cooking-based things. You have to drag some water to plants. You have to clean dishes, which is also done by dragging water or by filling up the sink. There's a race around the area, and you have to cook some stuff. And there's also collectibles that are by default buttons, but you can change them to literally anything. Or not literally. Okay, you can change them to several different things, including coins and invisible. There is a collectible detector thing, but you can only enable it after you have like 90% of the ones in an area, which is, to be fair, a lot of them are really easy. So the purpose is more to help you find the ones that aren't obvious, but they expect you to put in some work first. Plus, you'd probably have a lot of pings, since I think there are like 100. But yeah, you, Petty, I think you pushed the wrong button.
It told me to say hit right trigger to left trigger.
Yeah, left trigger is the bridge.
All right.
There's also a sandbox mode, and apparently a new feature in sandbox mode is that it can save where your webbing is. Otherwise, webbing and some moved objects, I think, reset when you leave and re-enter one of the rooms. So yeah, that's pretty much it's a physics play box slash yeah, I don't know if I'd call it an adventure. There's fairly little direction, and you're just given a checklist of stuff to do. And even then, there's a lot of different ways you can do some of it. Like even the cooking, where the thing is like the breakfast requires you to heat up eggs and bacon. You still have choices about how you get the frying pan to the stove, how you get the eggs and bacon into the pan, if you crack the eggs at all first, which you kind of don't need to. I will say this, for a game that you have the flexibility of walking on most surfaces at any time, this is like somewhat sub Super Mario Galaxy in terms of directional control while climbing, or specifically being able to aim where you're going well while climbing. Sometimes you will find yourself trying to climb over a corner or something, and you just get stuck in. If you keep holding the button in one direction, you'll be climbing in like a circle. But in that circumstance, you can also just move the camera to a different position. You can usually find a place where you can get out. And sometimes the physics are a little bit janky, but I think that's probably intended to be some of the appeal when you're trying to move around a heavy object by either dragging it from one point or by making it an anchor point and connecting it to a distant thing for it to get pulled towards. So yeah, as a sandbox play game, it's pretty fun. But the stuff that you're directed to do is a little bit shallow, and there's basically no plot if that's what you're looking for. Since they do call it an adventure. Also, they call it a journey. You're not really going very far. You live in a house. You're in a house. It's pretty big for a spider, but there's 4 rooms. You're not like... When a game says it's a journey, to me that usually means you're starting at point A and going to point B. Whereas in this case, it's more like you start at point A and you have points B, C, D, and E that you go back and forth from. One of the things is that it's a little bit tricky to handle switches sometimes.
Yeah.
You usually have to fairly carefully grab like the point of the switch that is on the side that you need to turn, and even then sometimes you need to grab it twice.
Yeah, this is probably another one of those.
Like it'll turn part way and then turn the rest of the way. Also, like as you can see from Pettyfan, using which web command to use for each thing is a little bit tricky. And it is sometimes you get stuck in the anchor point designating mode. I think swapping to one of the other web modes is the easiest way to get out of it. There's also a lot of gestures, which, like, if you press left, right, or I think down on the D-pad, you get like a whole friggin' emote wheel. Like, 3 different emote wheels, and it's like, I don't know if this game even has multiplayer yet. Presumably they intend to. But yeah, that's about what they're. I mean, do you guys have any questions or anything that I haven't covered? It's
Really?
Yeah, the game's it's interesting.
it's fun and it's a decent sandbox, but like there's not a whole lot else to it, and I don't know what they intend to add. If they want it to qualify as a journey, they probably should try and add some plot to it.
This is where we look note roadmap. So unlike the last game here, this has an actual roadmap. Like as it lays out, put in everything from part 1, which is 3 story levels, sandbox level saving, coin detector, soundtrack, wardrobe update, and the living room level. So coming up for part 2, 50 achievements, piano autoplay, cheat console update, race update, additional races, hobby, new room, 10 new tasks, new cosmetic items, and a photo mode.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I guess the photo mode is the other thing that you can use the gestures for, although several of them are animated, like dances. So.
And it looks like they are intending to add 5 interactive rooms, quest characters, and physics-based interaction. The thing is, this game is going to be spending a long time in early access. They're aiming for a 2027.
That gives them a lot of time to work on it, but it does seem like they're mostly still aiming for a sandboxy experience rather than anything else.
Also, multiplayer maybe is something that they do, but they are undecided on. So that really can't be a consideration either way. But also, yes, they are saying flat out that the price will increase at full release.
And what is the rate now?
10 bone.
That's not too bad. Yeah, for that, I think this is a fun thing to play around with.
Okay. So, anything else?
That's all I got.
All right, then. So, yeah, that will bring us to the end of another review session. And coming up on the week ahead, right, on Wednesday, May 20th, it will be our grand pleasure to bring to the program Sean Velasco and David D'Angelo of Yacht Club Games. Now, we have actually had Yacht Club Games on the program a number of times over the years, but this is a literal new level, as we are going to be talking to 2 of the co-founders of Yacht Club. And indeed, they did a lot of principal work on Shovel Knight. I presume that they have done this on Mina the Hollower as well. And we will be talking all about, well, maybe not all about Mina the Hollower. It is main target. But I haven't forgotten that Shovel Knight remaster that Yacht Club is planning on putting out. I do want to know why this is going to, because honestly, in my estimation, we don't need a Shovel Knight remaster. But more on that on Wednesday. And also on that note, it's going to a full session. There will be no news. There will be no topic of discussion. Because like we've never talked to these before, so we got to get their full background, and there's 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going like just from past interviews where we have 2 people, that eats up a lot more time than when you have 1 person.
Buckle up, boys and girls.
It's going to be a big one in about all metrics, as I can. But not the only thing we got going on this week. As on Friday, May 22nd, yes, we do have a Friday show, welcoming Sam Redfern of Psychic Software to the program. They're an Irish developer. You don't get a lot of Irish devs on the program, but they have developed a whole range of titles in a whole bunch of genres and a whole bunch of platforms. Everything browser stuff to mobile. Currently, we are going to be focused on their most recent release, like Darkwind and the Necromancer Tale, and their in-development game War on Wheel. So, quite a lot of stuff here, actually. And we also do have a new episode of MSP in the works. As a reminder, Kevin will be on break for MomoCon. So look forward to that and everything else. And until next time, I shall wish you good gaming.